of you who haven't seen us before or heard of us before, because you can't actually see us right now, we have a special treat for you first. This is Victoria. My name is also Firecade on the forums.
This is Evan. You probably know me as Scapes on the boards.
So we have a little bit of a treat for you this time. We're going to be doing something different than we have before. And to start us off, here's a little bit of fun.
Switching over to big devs.
There we go.
Okay. Hey there, guys. So we thought we'd start off with a little bit of what you guys did in Closed Beta 1, which is amazing.
It was pretty awesome. Watching what everybody was doing on the servers, it was absolutely fantastic. And oh wow, I don't have words. I'm speechless.
Well, actually, no, my favorite part was whenever we would have the servers where we were doing serious dev stuff. But actually, every now and then I'd be able to see somebody post something up on YouTube, share it in the Skype, and you would hear it from like every single workstation. Everyone would tune into it. So it's a lot of fun to see that. We actually have a whole set of videos to show off that folks made. But we also have serious stuff to talk about too. As serious as a video game can be. Right?
It's still very, very
fun.
So, as most of you know, we just finished our first closed beta event, and it went amazingly well. We ended up with more folks than we expected to convert over at the same time, which was pretty wonderful. So we filled up our first server in 18 minutes. That is a record for us here at Tryon. Yeah. So we went ahead and added a couple more servers that first day. Yes, we look very tired. We were busy prepping for the second beta event. So we're sort of rolling right from one to the other, which is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Like, what was it, a whopping 9 days or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, from the
something about
21st
that.
to the 30th. And actually, I think you guys have no idea knowing this, actually, but when I heard what our schedule was going to be, I was really excited because as community manager, I've been, seen other games where there's a long delay between the betas. Not at all like this. We play on the hype. You are guys that are like still in the afterglow of the last test. And by the way, we got another test in like a week and a couple of days. It'll be great. So, yeah, coming up real fast.
And the second beta event is going to be even better, and it's going to be 3 times as big as the first beta event, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
We're adding a bunch of servers. We're sending out a lot more invites. So if you do, invites haven't gone out yet. No. So if you do want to get into the beta, you have 4 different ways, 5 actually today, of getting into the beta. The first and easiest way, but the most risky, is to go and sign up on our website. Warning, we have over 1 million people that have signed up for Archeage, so you're taking your chances. You can go ahead and buy a Founders Pack if you would like. Any of the Founders Packs will get you into all of the beta events. Mm-hmm. We are giving away beta keys on a large list of sites, which we will read out for you shortly. We have a contest on the forums.
Which actually just improved.
Yes, which just got
rewards
approved.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, sure thing. So basically, we're inviting the folks, both people who were in the first beta, but also folks who have been waiting for their invite, to actually design custom sails and to basically make a little 256 by 256 image that's going to be put on their sail, and we'll see them off in the distance and be scared when we see them on the horizon. But no, we're going to choose the top 5. Originally it was 3, and we're going to give them each an Archeum Founders Pack.
And for those of you who are going to ask, because I know someone's going to ask, if you are already in the alpha, we can give you a code so you can have a friend join you. So even if you're in the game already, go ahead and compete. There's a lot more of you that aren't in the game yet, so I'm sure most of the winners will be new to the game.
I think it's like, 60 pages of entries.
We were over 60 pages when I looked early.
Over 60 pages. Okay, so earlier. A lot of you. That's awesome.
Yep.
I'll be looking through them all.
And so some of them are absolutely amazing. There have been some fantastic things. Just a reminder, though, original art only, please.
Yes, please.
You can use clip art if you want to combine different things, as long as it is not copyrighted or it is available for use.
Public domain.
Public domain. But the final result has to be something that you've created.
Yep.
I cannot Google image it and find it. Then you can put it in.
Right.
And then the last way to go ahead and get access into our beta, and actually you will get access into alpha as well, is by following our stream today, and we will be giving away some Archeum packs at the end of the event. Mm-hmm. So that should be pretty fun. Sorry, at the end of the stream, not the end of the event. So you can get into the event.
So just be sure to follow.
Yes, please.
But that's at the end of the stream. That's not right now. So actually, you guys, I always like to do this. I always show, we had full notes. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's talk about how...
well, do you want to give them the server list, since we did talk about how we're adding
server
new
list?
servers?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those who actually played in closed beta event 1, you actually know how we started off with 2 servers. Like we said, we got them very full very quickly. We doubled them up. We're actually going to double them up again. We're going to actually have 8 servers. I'm good at counting.
Did I mention we're tired? We've been working long hours for this.
But so we're going to have some new servers for both North America and for Europe. And so for North America, you're going to have Aaron, Zeb, and Naima, which were from CB1. But we're also going to be adding Kyrios, Olo, and Taeyang, which I did pronounce correctly.
Yes, you did.
Yay. And then for Europe, of course, we have Shadagon and Caprosa, which were there. And then the new one is Iana, also pronounced correctly. I'm very proud of myself. And then for those who are wondering, since I know you will, the alpha servers will be live for this event as well. So you'll have access to that during.
Which should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Everyone who is on alpha also gets access into all of the beta events. So if you're playing on alpha and you want to check out beta, give us a few hours. You'll be able to download the new beta client. You will get an email when that happens. And you can hop on over to alpha starting next week, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific.
I do see one really good question, so I'm actually going to cherry pick right now, which is about choosing the server names, or is it random? It is definitely not random, actually. The server names all refer to different characters who are part of the core lore of Archeage. For instance, if I remember my lore correctly, I hope I do, Shadagon is a god who embodies a dwarven hero who actually does survive to modern times, the god at least. Aaron Zeb, on the other hand, nope, brain's skipping it. Darn. Basically, they are based from the lore.
Yes.
And
Kyrios is the god of war.
Kyrios is the god of war. And actually, remember, you quizzed me on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
he's kind of cool.
Yeah. But so we'll have more of the lore details, of course, closer to launch. But yes, they are not random. We don't just pound the keyboards and see what comes out. That doesn't happen. No.
So the first round of names from most of the servers came from the original 12. If you know the lore for Archeage, they were these 12 heroes that discovered basically the birthplace of the universe. And that's what these are named for, because this is pretty awesome, and we're really happy to be able to bring this world to you guys.
Yeah. For those who are already asking, because I'm seeing it, and we definitely preempted it as well, there's an entire thread where we talk about the details of CB2, and a lot of these are on there, but essentially it will not be a full client redownload. We heard how much you guys love those. So instead it's going to be I think it's about 160 megabytes to go from build 4.2 to 4.3, which is actually currently on alpha.
It is. And again, if you are an alpha and want to play on beta, you can copy your alpha client over so you don't have to download anything, which should be pretty sweet.
Absolutely.
I did want to talk about some of the cool things that happened during beta.
Please.
These were a bit behind the scenes, so folks may not have really seen what was going on. While we were launching beta, there were, I don't really want to count how many folks, because I think it was almost everybody on the operations and publishing teams. We were looking at a number of different metrics behind the scenes to make sure the servers were performing well, to see where issues were happening. And some of you know we did find some issues. There were some issues with the store not displaying the right number of credits, and we had some login issues. These were related to a couple of different things that we have now fixed. One was a bad network card. Oops. Yay, thank you very much for finding that, because for some reason it didn't show up when it was just one or two of us for pinging it.
Could this be why we actually hold betas?
This might actually be why we hold betas.
To actually test.
To test.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah. And then the other reason, well, the other part of the reason is for scale testing. So we have so many people in the company. We have bots that go ahead and go in the game and test things out. But bots don't act like real people. And even with our alpha servers, it is not quite as many people as we have on our beta servers. So there are sort of tiers of limits that we need for load testing. The particular piece of software integration that was a challenge over beta was actually new. It had not been on alpha before, so the alpha folks didn't get a chance to look at it and help us test it out at that level. And then once we threw all of you at it for beta, it didn't scale super well. But it scales much better now. It's now all fixed. Thank you very much for everyone who helped us test that. It's very, very cool.
Yeah. And again, this really just hammers home the fact that we definitely want the feedback on the forums, even if it's just disconnection issues. It's why we got those technical support issues. When we say, tell us where it hurts, we really do mean it.
Yes, please.
No, we've got teams scanning those things at all hours, really. It's really all hands on deck right now.
Yeah, the chats that we have going during beta, I don't think they ever really stop.
Well, actually, my favorite was the foam bridge, which is a fancy term for a conference call, where it was essentially like all this going through the checklist in the last minutes before we launch the thing and finding like every last thing to make sure it's perfect, and then go, and then lots of excitement, and then running to the forums and watching to see, is it good? Are we all right? Is everything all right? Are we in the game? Are you making a character? So it's a lot of communication internally. It's actually quite interesting.
It's a lot of fun.
So
it's really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you ever get an opportunity to watch a game company go through launching a beta or launching a game, it's quite impressive. I highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm. If you ever have the opportunity, I guess. Yeah.
If you ever have the opportunity,
Cool.
You could always get a job with a game company, and then you get to experience it firsthand. That's how I got to do it.
Stress is fun.
Yeah. And so, speaking of the feedback on the forums, we got a ton of different feedback coming back from the forums, from Beta 1, which was absolutely fantastic. And we really, really appreciate it. So you guys helped highlight some of the things that we were already aware of, but you also highlighted some things that we weren't really sure about. Things like how labor would work. For us, we play it very casually. The game has a very different feel when you have just a small group of folks on the servers. And even on our alpha servers, it's not a huge, massive number of people. And we only just recently introduced the changes to labor.
True.
So having everybody go ahead on 6 servers at that time, both alphas and 4 beta servers, give us the feedback. Your feedback was fairly universal, which was wonderful, because that means, okay, now we know what we need to go talk about to Excel.
Our path is set.
Well, it's pretty clear, which is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So we are talking with Excel about the best ways to fix the challenges with the labor. Mm-hmm. We're looking at a couple of different things, including the amount of labor that you use when you're just hunting and questing and looting. We're also looking at the amount of labor regen. So there are a couple of different things that we're looking into. And those changes are not going to be in Beta 2, because we're still talking with Excel about them and what makes the most sense both for the game and for our audience. So as those get rolled in, we will be highlighting those on the forums and probably also here on the live stream.
More than likely, yeah. But,
more than likely.
No, basically the takeaway, guys, is we heard you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loud and clear. So...
I do want to point out, because I've seen it go through a few times.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The ability queue is also in the list of things we're talking to Excel about.
Yeah. Then also, I think also the rate of RQM.
Yes, and RQM as well.
Yep. So no, these were really common, and when I say common, as in like a lot of folks saying it, then that means we take it to heart.
Yeah.
So, please, constructive feedback is awesome.
Yes. Constructive.
Yes, that's a really key word. Very key word. Other than that, let's see. I think for Closed Beta 2, we're also looking at adjusting the store items a little bit.
Yeah, we're actually, we were talking with Excel about it last night, about what we want to have some tweaks on the store. We'd like to put a few more items on the store to give you guys some options. And we will, see how that goes. We'll continue to tweak the store with every beta event. And we'll finalize the store that we're going to have going live with your feedback. So just a reminder, everybody who has credits from Founders Packs or from just a random gift of credits, then you guys, please spend them. If you bought the credits, if you paid for them, you will get them back at the end of beta. So spend them, please. By spending them, you help us understand what you want to buy.
It's true.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to interject because I want to show another video.
Okay. We can show another video.
So I think...
yeah, I'm going to have to switch it over.
Yep. All right.
Shit's revolutionary. First we can climb trees, now we can dance our way around the countryside. Oh, this guy's joining us! This guy's freaking joining us!
10 out of 10, start a conga line. We'll just see how much attention we can attract from other people. Oh god.
It's already the best MMO I've ever played.
Here we go.
Cool.
We're getting our timing down right.
And yes, we are doing this with YouTube controls and XSplit controls.
It's
very
fun.
fancy. It's actually a two-person operation. But we figured we'd give it a shot because honestly, obviously we've only shown the dancing videos so far. We actually have some really cool ones, like some time-lapse ones, some folks evaluating the marketplace, others talking about piracy and all that. But just really wanted to show off some of the cool things people made.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's some really awesome stuff in there. Somebody mentioned about we need a dance party in beta. I will say that in beta 1, I believe I saw a dance party in the Nuian starter zone within, I think it was about 5 minutes. So, yes, there are definitely dance parties in beta.
With the lights and everything.
With the lights and everything. It doesn't take long to get there. Some questions really quickly that I saw sort of roll by as we saw. Somebody asked if you have an event that you would like to do with Archeage, please contact us at the community email address, which now is escaping me.
You're just going to community at Tryon Worlds, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Community at TryonWorlds.com. And that will get to Mr. Scapes over here.
Oh, yeah.
We will be happy to talk with you about
Absolutely.
the feasibility of whatever it is you would like to do.
Yeah, because we definitely have a couple of folks who've come up with some interesting ideas on the forums, and yeah, totally down to talk about it. We also do have the fan projects thread as well, which has a lot of folks talking about a lot of cool things that they want to do with the game, and
Yes,
we do peruse that a lot. So, totally.
Cool. I saw some questions about French and German versions of Archeage. So those are coming. We are working with Excel to make sure that we get the French and German in the game and make sure that it is pretty decent. Because we want, you guys to have a good experience. So that's going to take a little bit longer for us to get all of that in place. That will be in one of the coming beta events. It will probably not be in the next one. It's not in beta 2. And once we get that in live, it'll definitely be in before the end of beta. We'll probably be spamming... not spamming, excuse me. We will be encouraging the European sites to give away beta keys to make sure that there are even more European beta keys available for folks who do speak French and German to hop online and tell us what you think. Mm-hmm. Now, if you are playing in English right now, fear not, your characters will stay there and they will suddenly be talking in French and German.
They'll just learn all of a sudden.
They will just suddenly learn how to speak another language.
Yeah, not like the languages in the game where it's actually really hard. In fact, we
It'll
just
be way faster.
And we did have actually one of our technicians actually just manage to max out one of the languages.
Yes, he did. I think it was Fearon he learned.
I believe so, yeah. And he was very proud. He shared it with the whole team. We were very excited.
Which is really pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm losing text because it's going by so quickly.
A lot of folks, a lot of questions, which is good.
Yes,
totally.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw another question about IPs. We are not currently planning on IP locking our services. So keep in mind that ping is a thing in this game. So your distance from the servers can make a difference. It makes more of a difference in what build you pick than in your actual ability to play. So you're going to want to be careful to make sure that you pick a build that works with a lower ping if you're further away. And there's quite a few of them, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So if you are in a country that we do not normally service and you wish to play, I will not stop you. We won't necessarily encourage you.
You're welcome to join.
You're welcome to join.
Yeah. And actually, to correct, I think it was probably 2 live streams ago, and I'm pretty sure I already corrected it, but just on the off chance, since we were talking about North American and European servers, the North American ones are not in Chicago. I lied to you. They're in Dallas. Sorry. But the European ones are in Amsterdam. I did get that correct. So, for folks about to ask, what about my ping? What about my location? There you have your answers already. Let's see. We did actually also just list the. I know we're jumping around these notes, but whatever.
Scapes was so good. He made us such lovely notes so that we'd have everything written down.
I didn't want to miss anything.
Now we're jumping around all over it. It's kind of funny.
Okay. But I think one of the things that people actually talked about was a concern about the giveaways being listed kind of while they were already live, when they'd already kind of gone.
Oh, that's right.
Last
Yes,
time.
we should totally do that.
So basically, just so you guys are aware, we do set up our partners ahead of time. We say, here, have keys. We're going to work with you on this. This is great. They don't always give us a heads up when they're live. And so that's why we were kind of a little surprised when they would go up, and we try to get them up as quick as possible, get them on Reddit and on Twitter and all the others. And that's why you saw them kind of already being consumed when they were already live. This time around, we've changed that. We actually have the full list, and it's quite a list, of giveaway partners for actually starting tomorrow is when they are cleared to go. So you'll see them starting as soon as, only a couple hours now. But that full list.
It's a
did you
long
want to
list.
try it this time?
All right, let's see if I can do it in one breath.
Okay,
It's a long
good luck.
list. Alienware, Razor, Rixty, MMORPG, Curse, Tenton Hammer, Now Gamer, Gamona, PC Games N, MMO Hunt, On RPG, browsergames.de, free-to-play chip.de, and games.de. So if you would like to get into beta and you don't have another way, hit up one of those sites, keep an eye on them. At some point after midnight tonight in local time zone, they will be distributing beta keys.
Absolutely. So,
and they went quickly last time, so
you got
keep
your
an eye
heads
on
up.
those sites.
Yeah. And also, for those wondering, that includes both North American and European partners this time.
That does.
Yeah. So we heard
like
that
European
too.
players.
Yes, we do. So, let's see. What other fun stuff do we have to talk on?
So someone quickly asked about the mounts in the cash shop
absolutely.
and wanting us to add some more mounts to the marketplace. So one of the challenges that we are currently having is that it's very important for us that you cannot purchase best in slot gear or items. So the best mounts in the game need to be earned through the game, through PvP, through killing the Kraken in the case of a glider, through different mechanisms in the game itself. And there are some mounts that are absolutely awesome looking that are on the marketplace or the cash shop in other regions that are the best in slot. So we are working with XL Games to find alternate ways to either put those in the game or maybe keep the look and instead it matches the stats of a mount that you can get in the game or something along those lines so that you guys can really just, if you just want a game and don't want to spend any more money, just play the game and you'll be able to get the best stuff in the game.
I'm seeing some feedback on the list that we just provided. So two things. One, that list is actually already on archagegame.com. You can check it out in the details article about CB2. And the second is that we saw some folks, or I saw at least one folk, concerned about, well, why do we sign up to the website in that case? And that's a valid question, except for the fact that we're actually inviting tens of thousands of folks from that database. And those invites are actually going out, if
actually,
not...
it's six figures, not five.
I was going to go more conservative, but if we want to say six figures, it's six figures. It's true.
It's well into the six figures.
So that's the answer. And those go out, I think, if not tonight, then tomorrow, right?
The first round is we're going to do those in a couple of different rounds. The first round is going out tonight, and then the next round will be going out tomorrow. And for those of you, if you're signed up and you win a beta key and you apply it to your account, fear not. We will not double invite you. Since we're not actually giving away codes with our invites, we flag your accounts individually. So the second round will be going out tomorrow, probably morning.
So there's the answer on that. So that's why you signed up. And that's actually important to know because actually the invites to CB1 actually are not valid for CB2, but that's why we're also giving out a lot more for CB2. So there you go.
Also, if you played in CBE1, you're not excluded from getting into CBE2 either.
Can I play?
It is not a filter.
Oh, okay. Can I play a musical interlude?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sure.
No,
that one's a pretty cool musical interlude. Okay.
All right.
Let's see if we can time this right now.
Some of you folks have, I'm sure, people have played, and you're familiar with, composing and actually being able to make pop culture references inside of Archeage. Well, this is one of our favorites. Okay, transitioning back to the main camera. There we go.
are.
All right,
Yay.
so that's actually, this is one of our users, Naria, who has actually posted a dozen million of these great compositions, actually. And if you want to check them out, they're on YouTube. You can see them all. There's some really great selections, a lot of anime, as you might imagine. My personal favorite being another Attack on Titan one, but that's me. But we're seeing a lot of folks actually also doing like compositions where they actually time it with other players so they can actually get multiple instruments involved and they then record them. It's really been fun to see. Now, of course, this is more of the social side of the game. This is, composing being a little, not a lot of combat in that, kind of light on the PvP, unless they're actually doing, dueling lutes, I suppose is an option.
You could be playing with lutes or guitars, in a PvP zone.
That's true.
So you can
do
that.
Fair. But we had definitely had some folks actually showing off other elements of it. The other elements of closed beta event 2. Or 1.
1. We're not in 2 yet.
I want to be in 2.
We've been talking about beta 2 all week. We're getting ready, set for it. Oh, dear. Before we switch to the next video, a couple of quick things I wanted to go ahead and answer. Somebody was asking if the Founders products are going to be exclusive, and it is our belief, my belief, that they are going to be. There are other people who can override me, but as far as we are aware, it is going to be exclusive. It will certainly be only obtainable from Tryon. That is for sure. There are different gliders, for instance, with the same stats. There's different armor in the games, costume armor if you want to look. So there's a lot of these items that you can get through the game which have similar stats and similar abilities. But that really cool glass Phoenix glider thing is going to be exclusive if I can make it that way.
For those asking, we'll be actually doing the Founders items much closer to launch, possibly Head Start. And if we're really lucky, we'll get them in open beta. But Head Start's a better guess on that one. I definitely have seen folks asking about a couple of the other hot topics on the forums. People asking about, for instance, labor potions is a very popular topic right now. We're actually talking with Excel Games about the labor topic as a whole. Obviously, this is part of that. And so while we don't have sort of an update on what's happening with those right now, know that it is one of the topics that we've seen a lot of feedback on, and we will definitely have more of a response on as we go through more betas.
Yeah, so folks understand sort of the process that we go through. We collect all of the feedback. We talk with designers here at Tryon Worlds. We figure out what we think the best answer is for North America. Then we have conversations with XL Games, and then we talk about, and they talk about what the best response is for the game itself, for Archeage, and we talk back and forth, and we come up with a decision that works both for our audiences as much as possible and for the game as much as possible. And so that is not a short process. There is a fairly large time gap between here and Korea.
Bit of a back and forth.
So there's a lot of back and forth about it. And so it does take a little while for us to have those conversations. But we are definitely having them around all things labor.
One of the other hot topics I've been seeing folks ask about, because we definitely have some of our very hardcore, very excited folks who are actually buying a lot of copies of Archeage and putting them on a lot of computers and seeing what they can do with the game. It's great that they see now, and it's great that we see now, because we definitely want to reinforce the fact that you can multi-box. You have to personally be controlling each computer. No scripting, no shadowing of keystrokes, nothing like that. It's got to be good old human MMO gameplay. That's cool. Otherwise, not cool. So I think we've actually said that policy before, but I guess just to reinforce that in case there's any questions.
Yes. Now, do keep in mind that some folks can be really, really good with multiple keyboards.
True.
I in my EverQuest 1 days, I remember a guy that 5-boxed, and he did it legitimately. It was quite impressive to watch.
Like a master pianist, I imagine.
He sort of was. He had this whole arena. It was literally this half circle of computers, and he would have hands on one keyboard and another keyboard, and it was amazing to watch.
Probably looked like a tank from the Matrix, like screen. Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Cool. Well, did we have more to... Let's see.
So,
I wanted to touch on one of the things we kind of glossed over a little bit, talking about the anti-spam. So actually, One of the other benefits of Closed Beta Event 1, see, I do know how to count, is actually that we're also testing a lot of our software, making sure our integration's working. But one of the things that folks had a lot of concerns about during the alpha is also how we're dealing with botting. With that team on that.
Yeah. So we've got some guys that are particularly anti-bot.
It's a good way to say it.
It's a good way to say it, right? And they are really enjoying getting into the logs, getting into the game, understanding what's going on, and finding ways to detect the bots without detecting the real players and kicking them out of the game. Because we don't like bots, but we like real players. That includes both folks that are going through the world and teleporting and killing things, as well as folks that are spamming our forums and our chat. So one of the really interesting things that they've done is that if you are detected as someone who spams, not only do you get squelched and kicked out of the game and banned, but any mail that you sent also gets removed. So you don't get to see the mail that these guys have sent. We take it away before most of you hopefully get to see it,
It's a
which is
very
pretty
elegant
cool.
solution, it's true.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
But, so yeah, basically that's what the tests are also used for, not just for gameplay feedback, but also for improving our service, making Archeage, the service, be better for you guys at launch.
Which is pretty sweet. You look like you have another video.
I kind of do.
All right.
Because also I did all that great build-up on, oh yeah, we've been showing, you know, the piano playing, we've been showing the dancing, we've been showing all these cool social interactions, but I also really want to show, actually, this is one of our folks who's showing off a lot of the piracy in the game, and actually the sea combat, which I was very excited to show off.
Which is cool.
All right.
Here we go.
A blighter and a dagger spell. One of the most interesting things though I did during the beta test was piracy. Yes, you can get yourself a ship or a boat and sail the entire 7 seas in the game. The seas in this game aren't some small body of water either. They're as large as the continents themselves and are extremely dangerous. There's mobs in there, there's other players, there's even giant boss battles, there's huge krakens in the ocean that can completely tear you and your entire crew apart. In this clip that I'm showing you right now, a random group of us just got together and we got on this guy's ship and we decided to raid the other continent, and along the way we found an enemy ship. So we took them down, killed them, we killed them again when they returned, and then decided to sink their ship. Honestly, piracy itself is extremely fun and very rewarding due to the trading mechanic in this game, which I never really got to experience myself.
So as you can tell, you're going to get a sense of just one player's experience with the naval combat, of exploring the other faction, and the adventure that happens on the high sea of Archeage. And there's been a lot of other great videos of it, but we really want to show one that happened really just from CB1. There's been great videos before that, from the alpha, from even before our service, but this is just one from this past weekend.
Yes.
So,
which is pretty awesome.
Exciting. You actually pointed it out, so I guess you can get it. The comment on the one thing from the chat.
Which one, on the fish?
Petco beta.
Yeah, going to Petco and buying a beta is not going to get you a beta key.
Unfortunately not.
You may have heard me chuckle as we were watching the video, and that's what it was at.
Mm-hmm. I was impressed with that. That was pretty darn good,
pretty
actually.
Cool.
So let's see. For marketplace stuff, since that's actually... I'm just started queuing up the next video for more ready for that.
He has already. So yes, so we are getting ready for CB2, and that is coming up in just a few days, less than a week now. Yeah. That's actually going to be a little bit longer than CB1 was. So we're starting on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, and we're going all the way through Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific. Mm-hmm. So it's going to wrap around the weekend. If you played during the week or during the weekend, enjoy it. Hope you like it. If you're returning, yay, we're glad to have you back.
Absolutely.
It's very, very cool. So CB1, we've already talked. I'm looking at my list now. For CB2, we've already talked about the servers. We've talked, yes, if you got into CB1 and you're playing in CB2, there is only a small patch. There is not a full download again. Looking down the list, making
sure we didn't miss anything.
I'm making sure we didn't miss anything.
Yeah, because there were definitely a lot of topics in here. Let's see. We already talked about it. Randomly selecting registered members. That's going to be starting tonight and then continuing tomorrow. Doubling the server count. No, I think we actually might have touched on most of the things in here. Characters in progress are all being retained from the previous tests. There will not be wipes between the CBEs.
Oh, that was a good one to mention, though.
Please.
So if you placed a house in
Yes.
CB1,
Yep.
then the house will still be there in CB2. For folks who are now going, but all of these people didn't get into CB1 or CB2 are going to have their houses. So the way that we're splitting the invites, because we need to test the balance of free-to-play and paid players. And so if you are a patron player, if you have a founder's pack, you are considered a patron, then you can go ahead and place a house in the world. And you also get access to every single beta. So if you're in that category and you have access, you'll have access to all of the betas if you place a house. If you buy a Founders Pack during the beta because you love it and you want to keep playing both on alpha or just on every beta, depending on which pack you purchased, then your house will still be there. You will get instant patron when you go ahead. I say instant. It might take a minute. Please don't hold me to absolute instant. It might take a minute.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. You will get patron on Archeage. So you can go ahead and place a house during this beta, and you can return to it every future beta, which would be pretty cool. We are suspending taxes between the beta events, so your houses will be there. You don't have to worry about making sure that they are up. But there is no guarantee for your crops. If your crops expired before we applied the little magic that says stop taxes, your crops will also go away. We can't bring them back, I'm sorry.
Actually, it's because I ate them. I went into the beta after hours. And
They're tasty.
No, I didn't actually do that.
You can't actually take things from other people's farms.
That's an important clarification again.
Yeah,
Phrasing.
you can't actually do that. But yeah, even if you are not a patron, though, you can still go ahead and have farms. Folks are calling them illegal farms. They are at-risk
Secret.
farms, I would
Hidden.
call them.
Special.
They're hidden. They're
Yeah.
special. They are at risk. You can plant things out in the world, and there's some pretty well-hidden sections of Archeage that you're probably pretty safe to plant stuff at. And guard it. Make sure it's there when you come back, and you can go ahead and harvest it. But if somebody else finds it, they can also harvest it.
And then they will often actually then post videos of them actually harvesting your secret farm and
Yes.
put it to Yakety Sax or something, which is always fun for everyone except for you. So just
All right.
be mindful. But
We do actually have someone in our alpha who, even though he has the rights to place a house and farm, chooses not to and enjoys planting secret farms and seeing how many of them he gets to keep.
Mm-hmm.
You can also, by the way, if someone comes and steals your stuff, you can report them for thievery and eventually send them to jail. And if they're bad enough, they can eventually become a pirate. So it should be pretty sweet.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we introduced with CB1, which actually was introduced in Alpha a little bit before, of course,
Yep.
was the marketplace.
Yes.
And actually, one of our these guys have been making videos since mid-Alpha or something like that, and they always have a great time. This is Monkey Business Gaming, and they actually showed off some of the really cool features of
Yeah.
Marketplace. Want to show it off?
Yeah, rather than us talking about it,
Absolutely.
let's show off the pretty video.
Cool.
So we've got a boost if we press U. That's awesome. We can also do barrel rolls. So we've got awesome potential for some Top Gun maneuvers. We've got barrage, so we can shoot our enemy gliders down in the sky, which is awesome. And an airstrike.
Oh.
Because why the fuck not?
Where's Toby? I lost him. I've crashed.
Oh,
I veered off course and smashed into the side of a cliff.
Goose! Goose!
I'm not Goose. You clearly are. I'm Iceman.
So we're
Yeah,
going to
no,
jump around a little bit
I
here
went
'cause
for
it's
the
a fairly long
Leomorph
video.
being a Harani. It's red. Let's see how it goes.
Oh,
I
Ooh.
love the Leomorphs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
it
like
is
that.
so detailed. That's good.
Looks like that Chinese dragon
It looks amazing.
sort of thing.
Nice, vibrant red.
Oh, the detail on the fade.
I love the tail as well. Oh my god!
Holy
It's
shit!
fucking massive.
That is stunning.
Jesus!
Wow.
Look at the. Oh wow!
And the fur and the leaves on the horns, are they always there?
I don't know. Oh!
That looks amazing.
Cool. So just, yeah, kind of like a good overview from your fellow players on how they thought the marketplace items were. I remember actually being on the server in the first minute, and even in that moment, people going right for the marketplace, looking right through those items and seeing which mounts were available. And immediately I saw the red Leomorph, the blue elk, just popping up everywhere because everyone had their credits to play with, obviously. Yep. And but then I think also quickly they were putting on the costumes as well, because they had these very fine, prim and proper outfits on the store. And so
I got some of the not so prim and proper outfits from the store.
Oh yeah, there was the what was it, the
there was the odorous clothes.
Yeah, the odorous robes or something like that, or the odorous clothes. And then no, I went for the nice top hat and the blue to go.
Oh,
with the
you
blue
went
elk.
for the ball gown outfit, or not the ball gown,
well, actually,
but the ball fancy formal
there you
outfit.
go. Yeah, I thought it worked really well with the elk, but.
Yep. On female characters, it's a ball gown. On male characters, it's a tux.
And then, as you saw at the beginning there as well, there are also the gliders, the special gliders available too. And then what they didn't show off actually were the skins you can actually purchase as well.
Yes.
And then apply them to, I think it's any glider, in fact.
No, they're specific gliders.
Oh, specific gliders, okay. I got lucky that I chose the right glider and the right skin. And then it changes the look and it changes the visual effect too. So, very cool to see.
Which should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Also, just as a quick reminder, if you are on Alpha and Beta, any credits you spend will be refunded to you before or at launch, as long as you actually paid for them. So, folks who have gotten on to Alpha because of friends and family, for instance, will also get onto Beta, but we're not giving you free credits at launch. Sorry.
So, we're actually, I think, almost at Q&A time.
I think we are. Wow.
But to make sure that it's not just us doing the talking heads thing, do you want to put up some background video?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're going to do that.
Ready?
Yeah. And then...
There we go. And we're on there, too.
All right. Make sure our audio is balanced out. Cool. This actually was just quickly about this one video. I'm going to...
Scapes is going to play ad catchers here.
I got all the other ones. I missed that one. But basically, this is actually one of my favorite time lapses from CB1. I'm going to drop audio just a little bit. There we go.
There we go.
That's better. But as you can see, it's just them running through the world and showing what that experience was like, getting on the servers first, and the rush, the mad rush for, I suppose, getting to the land first, getting to...
those foxes just couldn't...
Those poor foxes. I felt really badly about that, actually. As I was walking through, I was, like, stepping over carcasses. I'm like, oh, this is so not zen. But, yeah, a lot of carcasses. But anyway, yeah, so let's open up to questions. Feel free to just post in the chat. There is, I believe, a chat delay on, so you'll only get one post for every couple of seconds, since we're getting a lot of them. Let's see. Will we increase the Arceum drop rates? We are discussing that with XL Games. We agree it's a little too low. So we're going to try to fix that. Character transfers, not at this time. I don't think it's actually a matter of just that we're not ready. It's just the tech actually isn't there.
Isn't there yet.
There you go. So we definitely want to do that, but it's probably not going to be a beta thing, I imagine.
Cool.
Your turn.
I'm looking. There's so many questions.
Yeah.
Wait, can I cheat this?
Will the alpha server being up during CB2? Correct, it will. There's a chance it might come down for different reasons. You know, it's much like with the nature of alpha. It is a temporal server. It can be wiped at any minute or never. But the plan is to leave it up right now during beta.
Cool. Patch 1.7. We're going to move on to patch 1.7 as soon as we are done with everything that we need to do for launch. So at this point, I don't have an estimate on when that is coming. We like it to. We want it to. But we need to sit down and actually figure out what it's going to take to localize it in all of our 3 languages to make sure we can share it with all of you.
Saw a good question about naming and a good question about submarines, and I'll answer those in order. For the naming, that is actually by design. The fact that it can only be first character is capitalized and then nothing beyond that can be capitalized. That's actually stylistic. Is it something we'll change? Probably not. I mean, we have a lot of folks, especially our role players, who I fully respect, asking us to allow for, last names and such like. It's just something we want to kind of more simplify. It makes it easier to moderate, makes it easier to control. There's less confusion about whether something is a 1 or an I because you can't put numerals in, stuff like that. That said, again, we're open to the feedback. We definitely want to hear it. And so if you really, really, really feel strongly about it, make a good case for it and we'll hear it out. For submarines, we talked actually about this, I want to say, on the last live stream, in that the submarines before were super OP, and even our players in the shop who really liked being super OP said this is kind of not fair. Basically, they couldn't fight back when, or other people couldn't fight back when under assault.
Pretty much one submarine at one point took out 3 galleons without ever getting hit. That's a little more than, is fair.
Red October did not take out a full armada of destroyers. That didn't happen in the movie. So, but basically, that said, we've actually seen some really considerate feedback from players about, look, they realized that it was kind of powerful, but what about its speed? But what about these features? So, much like we've said in a couple of streams now, even if we don't respond to a thread, in like an individual thread, it doesn't mean we're not reading it. It could be that we responded to another thread on that same topic. It could be that we're reading it, but we're also doing a massive digest of a lot of the feedback and harvesting that feedback and hauling it over to Excel. But submarines is definitely one of the things we're still taking a look at because they just got touched on in a previous patch. So it's definitely still open to change.
Yep. I'm seeing a lot of questions about labor, how labor works, the labor potions, the ability to use, the need to use labor for opening up loot bags. We are working with Excel and taking a new look at all of that and tweaking it and changing it to make it better and easier for you guys here in the West. Now, exactly how that's going to be changed is all still under discussion. So we're going to have to see once we finalize it, and once we know what we're going to actually go live with, we will let you know.
Borderless windowed mode comes up every single live stream. I'm happy to answer it again. It is our second most requested technical feature, the first being inverted mouse controls. We obviously know that it does affect our live streamers and our folks who are taking video as well. That is important to us, and it's something which we have discussed with Excel.
Somebody asked quickly, how will we check if the sale images for the contest are real or originals or copies? Google image search. It will pull up every image that looks similar to yours, and we will use our ability to look at patterns and see if it is from someone else.
This ain't our first rodeo.
Yep. Sorry, guys. We are going to check it. Someone came up with the idea of actually showing some of the contest entries here on the live stream.
That's an idea.
And I think that maybe showing the winners next week might be a lot of fun.
I like that a lot. Yeah,
that
absolutely.
That might be kind of cool. Briefly touch on the changes we've made to fix the economy. Again, this is the first round of changes. We are not done yet. So we have gone ahead and made sure that you can get Gilded Stars both through PvE as you level up, as well as through PvP. Well, I guess it's not really PvP, but you go through PvP zones to go ahead and trade in the opposing continent. Again, we are continuing to look at that, but our goal is that you can go ahead and get your boat and get your house without having to go into PvP zones if you choose. But you can also go ahead and take that risk, which is kind of fun, and run across the ocean and get stuff there. So that's sort of one of the main changes that we've made to the way the game is in other regions. We are also looking at tweaking things like labor so that, you're not spending all of your labor looting. You have got more labor for harvesting and for crafting things. So there's a few things like that we're looking at. Again, what you have currently on Alpha and will have in Beta 2 is our first pass. It is not final.
Absolutely. That's what beta's for, guys. I mean, as you've seen, we're already changing things. We're already improving our service. We're treating this beta as a real beta. Somebody asking about... Oh, no, I just saw it. And
Sorry.
then my brain skipped. Okay, never mind. No, there it is. Oh, where'd it go?
I have the mouse control, so it occasionally misses things.
I was like, no, it doesn't went away. Let's see. Actually, a lot of folks asking about the number of beta events. Suffice to say, this will not be our last one.
Nope.
CB2 is one of a series. We want to make sure that we do all this good stuff, like making sure that the servers launch correctly, adding servers to the cluster while they're live, all these things that we're testing out in the middle of these events. It's why we test. It's so you don't have to deal with it when the service is live. So we'll have a couple more, and we'll have more details on that schedule as we get closer to it.
Absolutely. Someone again is asking about localization. This time it's for German. Both German and French will be available in a future beta. It is not in this beta. So as we have that, we will make a lot of noise about it because it's going to be really cool, and I'm looking forward to it.
So let's see, we're running out a bit of video here, so
we're also running out of time.
Oh gosh.
So
all right.
We do want to. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit as we're trying to hold the chat so we can actually see things.
Right.
which is kind of cool because you guys are talking a lot.
And
we love your interest.
And we
It's
have not
absolutely
forgotten about the
fantastic.
giveaway either. Just quickly, if you haven't yet, please follow us. We do have a really cool giveaway, which we'll do at the end of the Q&A.
Yep. So again, seeing some questions about the beta key kickoff, the giveaways, and those will be kicking off when the sites post them. We do not have control over exactly when they go live, but at some point after midnight tonight local time.
And did we already talk about the invites we ourselves are doing?
Oh yeah, and the invites for us are going out this evening and again tomorrow morning.
Yep. It's going to be a busy week.
It's going to be a very busy week.
It is. This is actually our one moment of calm to sit here with you guys and answer questions.
Let's see.
Founders items per character, just once per account. I know it's not quite an old question. Sorry, it's not quite a new question, but it's still a good one to remind people of. Some of the items are per character, and others are not. Things like, for instance, the credits. We're not giving you one set of credits per character. That doesn't really seem to scale all that hot. Things like the glider, though, that will be given per character. So, actually, we're going to come up on the end of this over here. So we might just switch back to big devs. Drop the audio. Cool.
All right. And nice. There we are.
Good time.
Awesome.
That was good.
It happens occasionally.
We're getting better at this.
So someone asked, yes, on inverted mouse control. That means we're talking to XL Games about it. We're expressing the fact that it's very important to us, and they need to go ahead and schedule it with the rest of the stuff that they have going on. So I can't commit 100% to really when it will show up, but it's something we're definitely asking them for pretty strongly. And somebody was asking about a couple of different questions. One is about, can you get credits without spending money? And can free-to-play players have houses? They're sort of related. They really are.
Yeah.
So free-to-play players need to get patron status in order to be able to place a house. Now, you don't have to purchase patron status with real money. What you can do is buy Apex, which is the Archeage patron exchange, from other players who are also in the game with you. They can buy the Apex, put it up on the auction house. You can then buy it for in-game gold, open it up, and get a bag full of credits. And you can use those credits for buying patron status. You can use those credits for buying stuff on the marketplace. Whatever you want to use for. So, yep.
I think actually one of the examples we talked about in a interview earlier this week was my favorites talking about a situation where merchants trying to cross the sea, but they can't make it on their own, and they've got this Apex in their bag, and they see this mercenary guild just crossing their path, and says, "Here, take this Apex and guide me across the sea and get me safe to my destination." That's absolutely an interaction that can absolutely happen in Archeage, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
In fact, I suspect it'll happen fairly often.
I imagine so,
Pretty cool.
yes. Yeah. I'm totally going to run a mercenary guild.
Yes. Someone was talking to us or asking about how much control we have over the actual coding of the game. So it's really interesting. We don't do any of the coding for the game itself. We code things like some of the integration components. We're coding the bot and spam detection and actioning abilities. So that stuff we are coding, but the actual game itself, we have no hands-on coders at all. What we do have is a really good relationship with XL Games, where we are talking multiple times a week, actually on the phone talking, as well as exchanging email. Did I lose count how many
minute
emails?
Minute by minute sometimes, yeah.
I lose count of how many emails fly back and forth, where we're talking about what makes sense for the game, what changes we would like to have in the game, having those conversations with their designers as well as their engineers on what's the best thing to do for Archeage as a whole, as well as Archeage in the West. So we don't have hands-on coders, but we are talking with them, and we do have some influence, which is nice. They've made a few changes for us, and we're looking forward to more to come.
So I think we definitely want to answer more questions, but at the same time, we are coming up on the full hour at this point. So at the same time, I think we're also prepared for that giveaway. But,
so we have a special giveaway.
We do have a special giveaway.
Oh, you saw a question you wanted to answer?
I thought I did, but then you scrolled right past it, and it's just...
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Honestly, actually, that's the thing, too, is actually a lot of these questions we answered earlier on in the stream. So when the stream completes, you'll actually see it on Twitch as a replay option. And I think we actually are recording this one as well. So we'll probably get that up on the YouTube in a little while, too.
Yep.
But,
I did see someone ask a question about how classes work. We did a stream on that earlier.
Oh, yeah.
We went into a lot of depth on how the different classes work, how the interactions work, how to choose your classes. So go ahead and look back in our Twitch archive, and you can get all of that information right there.
There you go.
Cool.
All right.
All right, shall we show them our special giveaway?
Yeah, we should show them the special giveaway.
All right, special giveaway.
Be sure to be following us, guys.
Yes, please. If you're not following us, you can't get it.
Otherwise, you can't get
Otherwise,
this.
I'll just taunt you with it. So, our special giveaway.
Yay!
You will be the first person
Outside the office.
outside the office to have an Archeage shirt.
With the possible exception of Grant Buller from Defiance, but that's because he came visit the office. But that's it.
You gave Grant a shirt?
We might have.
All right, I want a signed picture.
I can work on that, actually. You might be down for that.
All right, so you may be the second person outside of the office. Although Grant technically works with us,
He's kind of a coworker in a very removed sense.
So that is a way to do it. All right, so we are going to go ahead and hopefully this is working.
I hope so. Okay, Nightbot, do your thing.
Nightbot, go.
Okay. Oop.
And the winner is, here we go.
Tiago Lemos _10.
You are following the channel. Woohoo!
Good.
You have a shirt.
Well done.
We will be sending you a message on Twitch to ask for your name and mailing information so we can send you the shirt. We will also give you the sizes that we have as options and you can pick. Mm-hmm. Yay! Hey guys, typing exclamation winner doesn't help.
Only works from this
Only
computer.
works for us.
Good try, though.
All right. So we have got 3 Archean packs to go ahead and give away. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do that. And the first one is
Old Schoolia. Looks like a current, too. Looks like they follow.
Yes, they do. Woohoo!
Nice.
Congratulations.
Okay. That's an
And number 2.
The Scrappy Dog. That's what it looked like to me.
That is the Scrappy Dog.
Well done.
Awesome. Congratulations, Mr. Dog.
Okay.
I have my own weird character names. And the last
final one.
Maybe. Did it go? Did it go? And the winner does not follow.
Oh, Patak 1888. For shame.
All right. So we're still
bummer.
pulling the third one.
One more.
Nuffy.
Nuffy.
Nuffy?
Nuffy, I think.
We just have to know how to spell it.
That's all I know how to do. Well, congratulations, you guys, on your Archean Founders Packs. Congratulations to Tiago Lemos 10 on the shirt. And thank you all, quite seriously, for hanging with us for this slightly longer stream than usual. We'll be doing these actually in between each beta, do a little recap, talk about what went down, what we learned, what's coming up next, show some cool videos. So actually, that's the thing, too. If you guys are making cool videos, making screenshots, fanfic, have cool stories to share. I've even seen during the alpha folks doing like AP-style news stories of,
nice.
This just in, the Black Pearl downed in the middle of the sea. No one knows what happened, etc. It's a whole fun thing. But definitely tell us. We want to know about this cool stuff because if it's really cool, we'll share it on the live stream. We'll share it on our socials. Maybe make an article about it. We want to know what you're up to in Archeage.
Absolutely. There's so many different things to do in Archeage, and players are always coming up with new things to do. So it's really, really exciting for us to see what you guys are creating and be able to share that with everyone. Mm-hmm. And admittedly, share it with the office, too, because...
Because we have a real fun time sharing it.
We do.
It's true.
And we're a bunch of Archeage geeks around here, so...
Just a bit.
Cool. All right,
well,
cool.
Thanks you guys for coming by. And we will... good luck in the giveaways tomorrow. And, of course, the invite's going out tonight as well. Yep. And then we will see you... Geez, it's really coming up soon.
Yeah, beta starts on Wednesday.
30th. Oh, my gosh. All right, that'll be exciting.
That'll be fun. It'll be fun and
We'll
crazy
see you
and
then.
exciting. Bye, guys.
Take care.